I find it interesting how we can learn things from different professions that we can all use in everyday dealership operations. Today, I look at what we can learn from pilots. You see, if you're a good pilot, you start out with planning your flight. The safe pilot begins every flight with this intensive planning. You got to monitor all the weather conditions along your route. You should check for bulletins to see if the airport has a runway closed or other safety issues. If the president's visiting the airport you're planning to go in, there's all kinds of rules. You have to make sure you have enough fuel in the aircraft and that it is safe and pass the pre-flight inspection. You have to make sure you have the appropriate up-to-date approach charts and other navigation information. Then you get into the aircraft and start your engines and go along your way. As you approach to the airport, you check the weather once again. You contact them, telling them your intentions. Or if you're on an IFR plan, then you're followed all along the way, telling them of your intentions, getting following from the controllers. You plan the time it will take for your aircraft to descend to the runway, meeting the navigational points along the way. For a smooth approach, a pilot learns quickly to make small corrections on the flight path. You see, if you make rapid, massive corrections, the ride in the airplane won't be smooth. Well, what's the point? How does this relate to dealerships? You see, the same is true with our companies and our lives. We shouldn't make massive changes. It doesn't matter what you want to accomplish in life. The small corrections will give us the right goal or achievement. Rapid change creates anxiety and disorder, eliminating the smooth ride we all desire to achieve. An example would be if you want to lose weight and you want to lose it quickly, so by golly, I'll just stop eating. Instead of eating 3 meals a day, I'll go down to 1. I'll jog 10 miles a day and man, I'm going to get a result quick. Or if you see an advertisement or a plan that says, lose 10 pounds your first week. These are the types of changes that aren't comfortable. They're not long time going to be successful. You do that and you're going to develop a hunger that will have you slam in the next big burger along the way that you see. It would be better to plan your approach, to go after an improved diet that tracks calories as you drink more water and add an exercise plan. This is something that can be sustained for a long period of time and reach your desired goal, although it might not be next week. If you want to change a key performance indicator in your dealership, the same template works very well. Check what obstacles you need to overcome and develop your plan with your team, and then go for it. You see, if you want to increase your customer pay effective labor rate, you can do that. Just triple the price of your oil changes, and then increase your repair rate $20 an hour. Do you think that sales might fall off dramatically? If you did that, you might have a better effective rate. But you're not going to get a good, desired, long-term result. And that's what we all want. This time of year, we're setting all kinds of things in our head that we want to accomplish for next year. Everybody wants to improve something and achieve a result. If we look at some of the radical changes that dealerships make, let's call them a mistake, to take an approach where they go to a 20-group meeting and they come back from the meeting and they're all excited because this dealer is doing such a good job and they're doing this. So they implement those changes immediately without consideration, consultation, discussion with the team. And it creates an environment that's so negative and destructive, it causes great damage and harm over a long period of time. It would be better to look at what small changes can be made. What's the best practice process that would improve my effective labor rate? Maybe that's involving a new process walking around the vehicle. It could be taken into consideration the history of the car and pre-writing repair orders, then looking at the history of the vehicle and making solid recommendations of what maintenance items that client needs to their car. Have it all pre-priced. Small changes get great results. Now you might in a discussion find out that the team goes, well, I don't have time to do those reviews of history before the customer arrives. I don't have time to prepare. Wouldn't that discussion be better before implementation? And then you can discuss what you need to do to have the time. We can discuss that it's best practice and we need to do this to take better care of the customer. You see, I don't think anything should deserve a massive, all-at-once implementation of a change that might not even be successful with that approach. Instead, a solid coaching discussion with your team, implementation of the little changes, such as a walk around, such as a pre-write, such as reviewing history when you're making the appointment. Setting recalls. When you set an appointment for a recall, do we confirm the parts are even in stock? Imagine the disarray when a customer comes to your dealership to get a recall done that they've scheduled. And they wait a half hour, 45 minutes for you to tell them, oh, we don't have the part, we're going to order that for you, we'll call you when it comes in. Do they feel like they've wasted their time? Would that small little change in checking and reserving a part improve your customer satisfaction? For a pilot to go through a flight with no planning, without looking at the weather, without looking at the bulletins on an airport, without seeing if a runway is closed or they have safety issues, would a pilot live very long that wasn't checking the fuel in the aircraft or pre-flighting it to see if there's any issues? They get the information. They have the latest approach charts. They know what's going to be required to land at a certain runway, at a certain altitude, certain length of flight. We need to be that detailed in our dealership, in our goals that we want to achieve, in our lives, what we want to achieve. Plan it, prepare it, understand what's needed to keep the flight smooth. Hope everyone has a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next year. Bye for now.